welcome to Gambia. And joining my hijra, welcome to Gambia.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to all my Muslim brothers and sisters all throughout the world. And peace, 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 peace to all my other friends and followers. What's going on? It's your big brother Abdullah. We here from that beautiful, most beautiful and elegant continent of Africa and that smiling coast. You know where we at. We in the Gambia. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing today? So normally, you know, when I jump off when we do these videos, I normally pretty much say hello and then we jump right into the video. But today we're gonna do an exercise. We're gonna do a moment, not a moment of silence, but a moment of action. I need all of y'all out there to do me a favor and take 10 seconds and go hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this with your friends and family. So that's what we're gonna do. If you could do that for me, let's take 10 seconds real quick for a moment of action and go subscribe to my channel. If you have not subscribed, if you already did subscribe, thank you so much for your subscription. Keep sharing that, keep sharing the message, keep sharing the word. And if you have not subscribed, please go ahead in these 10 seconds and go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead. Go ahead, what you still looking at? Go ahead and subscribe, man. What you doing? Okay, that's 10 seconds. Thank you so much for going to subscribe. We really need that. We want to get our subscription grown. We want to keep getting this message out there to as many people in the world as possible. So I truly appreciate it. Today, you know, today's topic is about, it actually came from a question from one of our viewers, McLaren's Trucking. Shout out to our brother McLaren's Trucking. He asked a big, tremendous question today, and that question really big. So we wanna tackle his question piece by piece. So we had a tremendously nice question from our brother McLaren's Trucking. So like I said, shout out to our brother over there. And he had a really big, tremendous question. And this is the kind of feedback and interactions we like from our viewers. Hit us with those hard questions about the Gambia. Hit us with those questions that make us do some research, you know, provoke some thought process. That's what we're here for. The name of my channel is called My Journey, My Hijra. And from our religion, from Islam, and from the Arabic language, is that the word hijra, it means to go from one place to another. And Islamically, hijra means to go from one place to another, and we're going to put an additive on it, for the sake of Allah, meaning for the sake of our Lord. We go from one place to another. For whatever reason is going on that we need to leave the place that we're in and make hijra, be it physical safety, be it mental safety, spiritual safety, whatever the situation may be, for whatever it was, we need to make hijra, and so that's what we're doing. And that's what I did. I was in America, and America is not a place for nobody really, but definitely not a place for black people and a place for Muslims to be. It's a place not for us. And so I decided to make hijra. You know, everybody, they look at that situation different, and I want to make this clear. I'm not here to speak for everybody. If you look at the name of my channel, it's called My Journey, My Hijra. So I own this for myself, and what I do with this channel is to simply reach out to other like-minded people who are looking for the same thing. also to reach out to people who don't know that this same thing exists. So there are people in America that are going through tremendous amounts of turmoil, oppression, sadness, and they don't know that there's another option. There's more than just the options of moving from state to state or whatever these different false narrative options that you think you have in America. There's an option to leave America. Yeah, just like that. Leave America. You know, the murder rate in America, as we went over on my channel, is 40,000, over 40,000 murders every single year. Majority of them is African Americans. On average, 4 or more black women and girls get murdered every day in America. You see me post the stats, the real stats. 4 or more black girls or women get murdered every single day in America. So this is for those people who lost someone, know someone who lost someone, or just know the situation and don't want to be none of those scenarios and want to get out of there and want to save their life and save their children or have a peace of mind, period. You know, dealing with other problems in America, racism, medical racism, all types of different scenarios, economic racism. Yeah, let's look at Africa. Let's look at the Gambia. In the Gambia, ain't nobody gonna judge you here and say you can't make no money based on your skin color, because the person who's telling you that will probably be darker than you. Facts. Ain't nobody judging you here based on what you look like, whether you grow a beard or even whether you got dreadlocks as a girl. Nobody, that's your prerogative, that's your business. Gambia is diverse in its culturalness. So if you're looking for peace of mind, some settle down time, some getting in tune with yourself time, getting in tune with your spirituality, look into Africa, look into Gambia. So, as I said, one of our viewers who is looking into Africa and looking into Gambia sent us some wonderful questions. And we're going to go over those questions without any further ado. We're going to break them down. Once again, shout out to our brother at McLaren's Trucking. So his first question was, what do you need to get residency? What do you need to get residency? So, to get residency in the Gambia, the simple part of it is just about time. And I often say to people, you know, before I moved here, I looked at a lot of the countries that we black people and we black Muslims often make hijra to. And I looked at a lot of the impediments to becoming a resident or even a citizen of these countries. And everything I looked at on my graph, Gambia pretty much won. That's why I'm here. I looked at Egypt, I looked at Morocco, I looked at Senegal, I looked at Ghana, I looked at Kenya, and I mean my research was thorough. 2 years of research in these countries. And when you stack them up, as far as from coming from the diaspora, the benefits of moving to a country, Gambia bangs them in the head by far. Gambia is one of the only countries, and it's different countries that have different parts of these situations, but not all of them. Gambia is one of the only countries where, unlike a place like Morocco and Egypt, definitely, where you can own land in your own name. Anybody who lives in Morocco and Egypt know you cannot own land in your own name. You have to put it in someone's name, with your name that's from that country. With your name plus another person that's from that country. Meaning if anything was to happen to your relationship with that person, they can literally walk off with your land. And I've seen those scenarios. Gambia is one of the only places where when it comes to even like the visa situation, they make it tremendously easy. Visa on arrival. If you're coming from America or UK or something like that, you don't even need to do your visa process where you at. You could literally just get the ticket. As long as you got your passport, pull up. Pull up. Hop on that plane, stop with the excuses, pack them bags, and pull up. Because when you get to the airport in Gambia, they happily will hit you with that visa. And not only do they give you the visa at the airport here, every situation I've seen recently, they've given brothers and sisters 5-year re-entry visas on a walk-in as soon as you walk in the country. So, but directly to his question for residency, what you'll do is you just simply have to be here 90 days. Once you're in the Gambia for 90 days, then you simply go down to the immigration office, you fill out the application for your residency, you pay the money, and that's it. That's simple. 90 days, application at the immigration office, pay the money, which is like $5,000-$6,000, like $100. While you're there, you can also do your business ID card, and you can do your license all at the same time. You can do them all at one time. It's really not a lot. It's not expensive at all. Knock it all out. His second question was, how much does land cost? That's a big question in the Gambia, and people never ever like the answer, and you won't like it today probably either. That question is a loaded question, sorry to say, because it's a complicated question. It's a variable question. That's better put like that. It's a variables question. Land in the Gambia is based on different factors, and even sometimes those factors don't even, really add up to something of a normal pattern. In the Gambia, land prices can change based on where you at. If you're on the coast, then the land prices are generally going to be higher. If you're going inland, then the prices are going to generally be lower. And even on the coast, it's based on where you're at on the coast. There's certain cities that are tremendously expensive, Senegambia being one of them, Brufut, maybe even Ghana Town, Pololi. When you're out in those parts of the Gambia, it can get pretty costly. But, as I said, the Gambia really doesn't have a norm, because the Gambia, they live by another principle also. In the Gambia, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So in the Gambia, you can even be in a place where, generally speaking, normally it can be somewhat expensive, but if you know somebody, and I mean know them, like they accept you as their own, then that high price factor can get reduced tremendously based on who you know. So it's different variables. The next question is, can foreigners own farmland? Yes, I have a companion here right now. It's not a pie in the face moment, but if I had the pie, I might pie him in his chest, because he was doubting. He was doubting on whether you could own farmland in the Gambia if you're a foreigner. But the answer is yes, you can own farmland in the Gambia if you're a foreigner. The next question is, if we wanted to rent an apartment, how much would it cost? Once again, you're talking about variables. If you look at the Gambia, those variables shift, once again, based on where you're at. If you're in those areas I just mentioned, Senegambia, Brufut, Kololi, if you're out there in those areas, it could become tremendously expensive for you. And I don't mean tremendously expensive, I mean more expensive, but definitely still not what we pay in America. Let me make that clear. definitely still not what we pay in America for the same thing. Like in the Gambia, if you look on my page in my earlier videos, I did a mansion up there. It was like a 6 or 7 bedroom mansion, 6 or 7 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, 1 or 2 car garage, right on the ocean. In American money, it was like, I think, anywhere between $1,200 to $1,600 a month. Now, if you from America watching this right now, you and I both know for $1,200 to $1,600 a month, you ain't in nothing more than a 3-bedroom. And if you is in more than a 3-bedroom for that price, it's in a horrific place. So yeah. So you know, all of those factors come into play. But you know, it's gonna be a little more expensive if you in those tourist areas, if you in those foreign areas. But like for me, for instance, I didn't want to be in those tourist areas or those foreign areas. I wanted to be with the people. So I live in a part of Gambia called Central Laji. And in Central Laji, I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo, living room, dining room connection, kitchen, balcony. I have rented that for roughly what would be $200 in American money a month. So, as I said, those situations vary. If you out in those areas that I just mentioned, that price tag might run you maybe $500, $600, $700, $1,000 a month. But you know, like I said, you'll still get comparatively way more than you ever would in the Gambia, than you would in America or anywhere in the West. You could get basic mansions out here for a low price. So yeah, that's that. The next question was, how much is my electric bill on average and every other utility bill? So the electric bill for me, I pay like $2,000 and it lasts me maybe for a month and a week. Maybe a month and a week and a couple days. And $2,000 is like $20 in American money, but it's all based on what you're using. If you run it ACs all day and TVs and nobody turning off the lights and you using the water heater, because the water heaters here are electric. If you using a lot, if you consuming a lot, you could extremely throw that bill through the roof. But me, I just use the ceiling fans. I'm like your old school grandfather. I tell everybody turn the lights off if you're not in that room. Turn them lights off. I'm an electricity bill hawk. You know, I try to watch my dollars. So for me, I pay like $2,000 a month. Like I said, a month and a week. It's like $20. My other utility bills, really I don't have no other utility bills. I chip in, the water pretty much come included, but we all chip in like $300, $200 a month, which is $200 is like $4 a month toward the water. Next question was, do you need a visa to enter Gambia? I just answered that question. You don't need no visa to enter Gambia. Pull up. If you're coming from America, I can't speak for every country in the world, but if you're coming from America, and I think this person who asked the question, they're coming from America, the answer is no. You do not need a visa, to pull up to the Gambia. You just need your body. Do you got your body? Pull up. You get your visa on arrival. That's what they do. The next question is, which I think I answered it again, if you need a visa, can we get it on arrival, or do we need to go to an embassy and get one? I just answered that question. Visas on arrival. So that's pretty much all the questions our brother McLaren's trucking. I'm thinking that's our brother. I'm thinking of your brother. If he's a sister, please forgive me, but I think McLaren's trucking is one of our brothers. So yeah, that's pretty much that right there. But as I always say, you know, and I'm gonna keep saying, pull up, pull up, pull up. If you tired of racism, pull up. If you want to know and see what sincerity look like, what real love look like, pull up. If you want to see a country that don't have homeless people laying everywhere, pull up. America has, you know, I was just looking at a video today showcasing the homelessness in America. One of the brothers, they doing a homeless food drive for Tent City out in California, and they just want to feed just 1,000 of them. So you have to think about that. They just only want to feed 1,000 homeless people laying outside in the street. And everybody know in America is getting real cold right now. And you know it's a couple of million homeless people sleep every day, 365 days a year, all over America. If you from New York, you see them everywhere. You even have hatred for them sometimes. They stink, you don't want to smell them. They laying everywhere, you got to walk over them. They peeing on themselves, they smell like liquor at times. In the Gambia, I told you, you notice I'm going to keep saying this. I thought, I'm coming from a wealthy country, I see homeless people everywhere. Naturally, I'm coming to a poor country, there must be piles of homeless people outside. I didn't see one. I was looking. And when I asked them, where your homeless people at? They didn't even know what that term even meant. They didn't even know what it meant. I had to explain to them what I was saying. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I had to explain to them what I was saying. And when I explained to them what I was saying, they said to me, that doesn't exist in the Gambia. And when I said, why doesn't that exist? Why you don't got people homeless and this country's poor? I said, because so for long as you have family in the Gambia, you have somewhere to go. Simple. Simple. You're not gonna, unless you're crazy, unless you lost your mind or something like that. But other than that, that concept of, I was saying this even to my sister last night on the phone. From America, you could be my family. You could be my family, blood family, brother, sister, mother, father at times. Maybe my child. And you'll come knocking at the door. Knocking, knocking, knocking. I could be right in the house listening to you knock. I might even turn the lights off when I see you coming up the street. Just so you could keep knocking and get away from my door. And if you're from America, you know that's every day. We won't even feed you if we know you're hungry. In the Gambia, when I got here, they said, you could literally walk into somebody's house, into somebody's compound, and simply say, feed me. They're going to feed you. They're going to feed you. Gambia does not have a food problem. You could walk anywhere in the Gambia you want. You could walk up to anybody you want to and say, I'm hungry, feed you. And that's exactly what that person is going to do. They're going to feed you. In America, you know if you walk in somebody's house unannounced without telling them who you is, not only is you not going to get the food you was looking for, but most likely you're going to catch a bullet in your head. And if you don't catch a bullet in your head, you're going to get beat up. And if you don't get beat up, for surely at the least that you're going to jail for trespassing. So, pull up. If you want to get away from all of these crazy narratives, when it comes to our children, having a place they could grow up in and just be children. Just be children, just play with other kids. Gambia, in a sense, is blessed with poverty. You think, a lot of people, even Gambians, oftentimes they think it's a curse. To me, coming from America, I know that it's a blessing. Parts of this is a blessing and a test, but a blessing. Because in America, where our children, they do nothing all day but watch video games all day long. They do nothing else. They're like robots. They don't learn nothing. They don't do nothing. They don't interact with other kids. They become socially weird. In the Gambia, it's like old school. It's like back in the 80s and 90s, the 70s. When you just was normal, when you played with your friends and you climbed trees and you got scars on your knees from running and falling. It's like that in the Gambia. You know, your children, they could be normal. They could be normal in the Gambia. You know, it's so many different things, you know, that we could talk about. That conversation that we are going to talk about. And there's so many different things that we're going to see. I want to give a tremendously big shout out to my camera crew. You know, I got a new camera crew. I want to give a tremendously big shout out to them. You're going to see some big things, man. I'm linking up with some real special Gambians, man. We're going to showcase my camera crew too. Because for all of y'all say and think that Africa not producing, you falsely mistaken. You playing yourself, as they say in my neighborhood. Africa's producing, and we're going to showcase it. You know the channel, My Journey, My Hijra, right here. It's your brother Abdullah. We're going to showcase Africa. We're going to showcase the Gambia. We're going to showcase its beauty. We're going to showcase its education. We're going to showcase its the economics, the sciences, the nature, the spirituality, the love, the family. We're going to showcase it, man. And if you do not like to hear good narratives coming out of Africa, if you don't like to hear good things coming out of Africa, then sign off of my channel. Go ahead and exit stage left. Leave my channel. Because what we're going to do here, we're going to showcase some good stuff, man. That's what we're going to do with you. Thank you so much, man. We're going to wrap this up. Like I said, My Journey, My Hijra. Subscribe to that channel. Hit that like button. Share that with your friends and family. And let's go on a journey, man. It's your brother Abdullah signing off. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.